My gear is just somewhere.
We're back.
Okay. Well, let's see. Are we live again?
We are.
We are.
Yep.
Ah, perfect. Handy dandy. There we are. Okay, well, that Estrella is bleeding or has stopped bleeding and melting currently. So we are no longer in combat turns, as nobody is about to die.
I think maybe, didn't you say somebody went over their acid per turn?
If we did, I can't remember who it was anymore because I got distracted by the internet outage.
I can't remember anyone. I know that Ed was at 15, so exactly the amount.
Yeah, actually, he would be over his acid now after that last breath weapon.
If Estrella hadn't shielded him.
That's true. So, for the sake of brevity, we're gonna assume nobody's over their acid per turn. The dragon finally falls down, or is that it's slightly exploded, but the whole carcass is still there.
And
Is
what
this
color
the
are
right
the claws?
dragon?
I'm also gonna hit Estrella with the level 1 heal.
Okay, the claws are a metallic dark blue. And what was your question, there, Marisol?
And my question was for the other people. Is this the right dragon? Iodi?
What? Yes,
Is this the right dragon?
I do not know. I'm still trying to get back into character selection, all that.
Do you still feel like you're gonna be turned into a treat or whatever?
A book. I believe I will know if a giant dragon comes and turns me into a book.
I think we would all know.
Oh, hi Zara. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
Nothing much. Ow. Glad you didn't melt from that.
Yeah, I woke up and the dragon was dead. And then you were lying there, so I healed you.
Just stay still while I finish taking you over, both of you.
Well, you're not going to be able to roll another medicine on Estrella for at least an hour.
But I can.
Do me.
Language.
Phrasing.
Yep. Phrasing was what I was
Sorry.
planning on saying.
I can do a medicine on her.
Yep. The brass dragon that's been summoned looks up at Iodi and is like, "Can I go now?"
I will give him the salute and let him go.
Yeah. Takes one of the one of the many scales that the black dragon has torn off of him and kind of breathes on it and flicks it over to Iodi, and then him and the rest of the scales on the ground go back to where he came from.
I need a claw from that black one.
We'll get it. Don't worry about it. Shoggy, Magnus has continual recovery, which...
you rolled a 1 on your medicine check, so you're not going to get to treat her again for an hour.
It's every 10 minutes.
Pretty certain I just said an hour, but I can make it 2.
I'm a 3-action heal. Everybody gains 16.
There we are. Right. As Edamir heals there is almost an explosion again, but a spirit this time, as that dragon spirit tries to get away, but is sucked towards Eodi's book.
Oh god, Eodi's doing it again. Pulling a preacher.
Yeah, you can hear a soul-crushing scream from it as it's dragged into Eodi's book. Again, Eodi looks a little, for a moment, he looks quite a lot taller and more bulky. And way, way greener.
Yodi did nothing.
No, but your book did.
I did not come for a soul, I came for a head.
Is this the right head?
I think the head might have exploded.
The head is... It's not completely intact. Like one of the cheeks has been torn open, an eye has been shot out, but it's still there.
It will do.
I do still have Vital Beacon up if anybody else wants to pet me for heals.
Oh yeah, definitely. Petting the fox.
Yep. Just keep rolling.
I limp over and give you a scratch.
Yeah, while you're doing that, there's a hum, and you lose sight of both Zara and Mador as a magical field of light and dark gray pops up in the doors. Edamir can feel Isoi trying not to panic in there as well.
No, Isoi!
Sarah, my door!
What the?
Estrella is reaching to the pocket on her jacket, taking out the doll to see if it is reacting.
It is not.
I'm gonna go beat on that barrier.
Okay. Well, you're in luck. The barrier doesn't sap you, but it is very much closed. To Eodi, this looks like divine magic.
I do not think I would touch this, Fox. Somebody has put this here on purpose.
But he's always in there.
And Mador and Zara, we have to get them out.
Yeah, them too.
I do not know anything about divine magic this way. I will not be touching this.
Magnus?
Let me have a look.
Magnus has no idea.
I'm sorry. I'm no adept enough to know what this is.
Is the barrier actually going way up high so we can't climb over it as well?
It seems very dome-like, yes.
I'm gonna try to yell into there. Can you hear us?
They cannot. And we'll skip into Mador and Zara, who are now isolated from everybody else.
Don't forget Isoi.
Yeah, but Isai's not very talkative.
Yeah, but I'm gonna use Beastmaster Trance and actually inhabit Isoi.
Yeah, well, they're gonna get at least 2 turns of talking before you do that, since you were looking first.
Zara, did you do something?
Zara's gonna give the wall a look and see what she can identify from it.
Looks to be a magical barrier of some sort. And while you guys are looking at the barrier, a light, so sort of silverish gray, shines from within the pile of coins.
Am I being drawn to it?
No, but Zara is.
Zara's gonna start walking towards it.
Yeah.
I got glaive out, but I'm also walking toward because I know there's a piece of armor that goes with this suit in there too.
Yeah, both of you walk over to it. As you approach, a ton of coins slide back. And you can see an old, worn, looks like a statue of some sort of wolf. It's humanoid. It's not werewolfy, but it's definitely a humanoid with wolf features, wolf head, that sort of thing. And it looks suddenly a light bursts out, and there's a translucent figure there of the same description. It looks at Zara, speaks, and I thought I had no followers left in this world. But here you come, bearing my symbol.
Well, time hasn't ended, so nothing is forgotten.
I believe many of my fellows would disagree, but it is auspicious that you have come. I've slumbered long, but I feel
You went out
something.
after slumbered long.
I've slumbered long, but I feel something unnatural rising. This is not my time. This is not my place. But if you wish, I shall give you my blessing nonetheless.
Those who hunger are coming. A blessing in this trying time would not be remiss.
I sense cunning, rage, and a great capacity for violence in you. I believe we'll be the best of friends, it says. It kind of rushes through Zara and disappears.
Zara, you okay?
Zara feels better than she has in a very long time. Also, she's fully healed.
I feel as I always do. No need to worry, Mador.
And as she turns and says that, for a moment, her face almost turns to like wolfish jaws before she kind of shudders and looks perfectly like Zara again.
If you say so, Zara.
And as Isoy looks up, and you can see Edemir's eyes staring out of Isoy's head, the barrier drops.
You okay in there?
What
We're
happened?
fine.
I'm not rush to Isoy. Be like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Just calm down, Isoy.
Yeah, Isoy's scared to death by something, and even more scared currently of Zara.
Zara's gonna have a look at the statue.
Right, yeah. This has, from what you see of it, been one of 3 focal points of worship inside of the temple. The other 2 have long... They're just nubs of stone having been eroded away, but there's a very recognizable wolf person aesthetic to this one, but all of the writing that was probably on it, on the base and stuff like that, it's been eroded away a long time ago. It's made from some sort of stone that you have never seen. Right. As Mador and Sara have shared a moment and looked each other in the eye, both of them turn their heads to the left, where they can see Estrella just shoving gold coins into her pockets, trying to look inconspicuous.
What? We earned it.
And we'll count it and divide it amongst us as we always do.
Indeed.
Oh, we will? Isoi, spit it
Yes.
out. Isoi spits out a mouthful of gold.
Eh,
I'm looking for that piece of armor.
Yeah, the humming gets stronger and stronger, and Smador reaches into to take it out of the pile of coins. 2 pauldrons kind of fly out of the pile of gold and attach themselves to his armor, and you can see it's almost like small little clouds floating over them. They're also emblazoned with a golden, the symbol of a golden wyvern with a person with a lance pointing down, riding it.
I believe this is what the monk mentioned that is here.
I just go and recover the dragon claw that got loosened and make sure I have it at hand. Then I
Right.
help Eode with. I think he wants to take the head with him somehow. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to remove the head from the body.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand.
Yeah, it's actually much easier than it would have been since Smador went through some of the neck vertebrae with his glaive.
I'm going to cast Rousing Splash on the head to wash away the acid. And then I'm going to scan the swamp looking for that white snake and be like, not today, Death. Not today.
Yeah, that white snake stares you in the eyes and has his tongue out a bit. And
Estrella is moving to Zara. I need your eye for a moment.
I'll close my eyes for a moment and think to Italdasum, and then look at Estrella.
What the hell was that? Your little prank almost got us killed. Never do that again and turn him back.
yeah, Sara gets an impression of somebody being incredibly entertained and having a lot of fun having watched this entire debacle. And yeah, the eye's focusing a lot over to Magnus. Through the link, Sara struggles not to grin from the amusement that he's getting out of this.
Magnus is just wandering from one person to another, checking to see whether they need any further medical attention. When Zara looks his way, he just looks up and smiles pleasantly.
At that moment, the potions wear off, and for a moment, you can see Magnus's face and ears changing to those of a donkey before he changes back into Magnus.
Estrella just clicks her tongue and moves away from Zara. Back to Magnus.
After having put out her fire and made sure there's no more acid on her, Marisol just finds the wall and slides down and sits.
Medora's still going to be glancing at Zara every now and then, trying to figure out what the hell just happened.
Okay. I assume Eodi remembers that he wants the heart of this dragon, so...
Yeah, I'm working on collecting various pieces for these things, because I needed to take the head to change it for the mirror and the heart. So, I'm playing Chop the Corpse at the moment.
Yeah, being a crafter, I mean... Eodi's looking at this dragon like a butcher looks at a fine carcass. There's a lot of things you can make out of this thing. You're fairly certain you can get at least a couple of shields and armors out of it, not to mention all the alchemical components, or for other magic items. Luckily, the dragon doesn't seem to be affected by the rain, but now that the rest of you don't have your acid resistance potions going anymore, you can feel that the air around here is actually pretty spicy. And you can see the rain outside of the temple is hissing as it hits the flagstones.
Well, I just hope this was actually the dragon we needed. I remember gold claws, not blue, but we will see.
Scrape
I
them,
was-
see if they're gold under.
Sorry, what were you saying, Preacher? I know you've been talking about the claws.
Yeah, I was wondering, Marisol, how is your hunter's mark? Still active?
I close my eyes and focus on it.
It is no longer active.
Well, this is the one I marked at least. The one we saw yesterday.
And it does look a lot bigger than what we fought in the village.
Oh yeah. Much more dangerous too.
I believe Preacher was the one that was talking about trying to get a claw, if I understood correctly.
No, I'm recovering the old claw that I
Ah.
actually had mounted on a bracer.
Right. In that case, Eodi, you're the one screwing around with the corpse. So if I could get a lower dragon check from you, actually. But with a +2 from your crafting. Right. So, Eodi, having gotten down to one of the hands, pulls off a sheath of adamantine that the dragon has pulled over its claw.
Yodi just kind of casually throws it behind him because he's more interested in hearts and things.
Clonk. Super dense metal. Yeah. But it doesn't take the rest of you knowing that these things exist a long time to find both the gold sheets for the claws and sheets in other various metals and decorations.
Well, while you're chopping up the corpse, could you get me a claw, please? I need that for the deal with the Fey Prince.
Wasn't that for a scale?
I think he wanted a claw.
I'll take
I'd
another
take-
claw.
I'd take both to be safe.
Aye.
I mean, they are old trophies we can get money for.
Right. Well, unless anybody has any more scenes, that's where we're gonna call it a night for today. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We've been gone for a couple of weeks due to various factors. And we will, unless anything untoward's happen, be back next Sunday, where we always aim at starting at 1800 CET and usually start somewhere between 1830 and 1930, because we're adults and real life sometimes cancels or ruins our timing. This episode will be up on the YouTubes sometime during the week. I think Mador wants to say something before we all say goodbye.
Just for reference, next Sunday is our daylight savings
Okay, good to know. Handy
for
dandy
US.
information to have. Okay, so next Sunday we might find ourselves with some scheduling issues due to daylight savings if somebody forgets, but we should be on at the regular time anyway. We do also now have a Discord for the Pathfinding Adventures channel. There was a link in the chat earlier. I'm pretty certain we can get one up as well. Where there are channels for viewers and others who want to come in and have a chat to hang out. So, on that note, thank you all for joining. Thank you all for coming. It's been great to have you around. We'll be back next Sunday. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and be well, and have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.